For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to Season 3 of Chelsea here on FIFA 18, episode number 1, of course, to kick us off. Last year, we won the Premier League and the Carabao Cup, so priority this year is the Champions League and the FA Cup, and then, fingers crossed, we'll have won everything we possibly can here at Chelsea and we'll be able to move on to a different challenge elsewhere at a different club. So we're starting off as we always do. I mentioned in the last episode there's actually been a bit of a break between the end of Season 2 and the beginning of Season 3. Been away for a few days with family, but coming back wanted to make sure I gave you guys the best possible opportunity of helping me make the right signings for this season. So delayed in starting, but now we can get cracking and get underway. The starting lineup as it stands right now is, as you can see on screen. However, Willian is going to be moved on this window if I can get him out of the club. Pretty confident I will be able to do that. We're also going to be looking to sell on David Luiz, who's 85 rated, dropped from 86. And we're also going to be looking to sell on Pedro, now 81 rated, down from 84. So we've got enough players there to be able to raise some extra money. I'm going to perhaps try and move on someone like Kennedy as well. Willian will need to be replaced on the right-hand side of midfield. Judging by the overall ratings of the rest of the squad, it's going to need to be one of the best right-sided midfielders in world football. Do we have the budget to do that, you ask? Well, we've sold Cesc Fabregas towards the end of last season to Real Madrid, 30 million. We sold Michy Batshuayi to Bayern Munich towards the end of last season, 35 million. Xavi Perez has gone out on loan, so hopefully he can do well. But because that those fees have come into the budget now, at the beginning of the new season, as you can see there, confirmation, my budget is rather inflated. I have a hell of a lot of money available to spend with players like David Luiz, Pedro and Willian still to sell on. So we're going to have an incredible amount of money to be able to spend to try and improve this team. Now, I believe David Luiz is still on the transfer list. He is. I'll quickly check Pedro and Willian here too to ensure that they are transfer listed still so we can get the interest in them that we're looking for. And indeed they are. A number of the youngsters that were out on loan last year will also go out on loan again this year if possible. If not, they'll be sold on. This is almost certainly going to be the final season here at Chelsea, so we're going to concentrate on just having as many world-class players at the team as I possibly can. Now, I will send my scouts out looking for a right-sided midfielder, but of course, you guys are my scouts when it comes to these larger saves. I sign who you want me to. So, in the pre-season, we have Real Madrid. We'll play that game today in episode number 1. I will record Vissel Kobe and Al Nassr ahead of time for tomorrow's episode to ensure that we can keep up with the daily content. So, I'll be recording episode 2 before you guys see episode 1. So, you'll have plenty of time to give me your suggestions, and then I will act upon those suggestions. As always, moving on from Season 3 onwards. Now, the board objectives this year. We had a manager rating of 86 at the end of last year. That's carried over into the beginning of this year. With regards to youth development, they wanted to sign one player to the senior team in the same season they were scouted. So that's obviously someone that we can scout this season and play them in 5 games. That shouldn't be a problem. And then we need to grow a youth player by at least 5 overall points. Again, shouldn't be a problem. We can kind of prioritise perhaps a goalkeeper to easily tick those both off. Brand exposure, £176 million worth of shirt sales to be sold. Not a problem. And considering we beat the long-term goal that we had 3 seasons to do after 2, they've now reissued the exact same one. £335 million-ish. Immediate earnings over the next 3 seasons, but of course we won't be doing another 3 seasons in this save. Financial objectives, none. Domestic success, win the Premier League, win the FA Cup, no shock. Win the Champions League, no shock. Champions League, we got to the final of Season 1, lost to Manchester United. Got to the semi-finals of Season 2, lost to Liverpool. So perhaps this can be our year in the Champions League. I would very much like it to be our year in the Champions League, and that will be the competition that I prioritise above all else. FA Cup will also be prioritised above the Premier League. Obviously, we have to maintain a decent Premier League position to ensure that I don't get sacked, but the 2 cup competitions will be my main aim this year, and if we can win the treble by winning the Premier League as well, then so be it. That would be absolutely fantastic. So drop the video a like if you enjoy. Please, as always, spam those comment sections with all of the player suggestions you have for me. The main one to start off with is going to be Willian. I'm not looking to replace anyone else in the starting lineup. Obviously, Alvaro Morata had an indifferent season last year, but scored very important goals in the last few games of the season. So we saw that he stayed as our #1 striker, and we won the trophy we did. And Tammy Abraham is now 84 rated, so he's quite clearly good enough to be my rotation striker, and I shouldn't need a third. So we'll be quite happy with that. And to be fair, I can always move someone like Eden Hazard into striker and play a false 9 formation. So I'm not going to need a striker, but we are looking for a brand new right-sided midfielder, a truly world-class right-sided midfielder. Obviously, everywhere else in the squad is as good as it possibly could be. Andreas Christensen, whilst only being 84 rated overall, actually, his stats are superb for the position he's in. 91 stand tackle, 89 slide tackle, 72 strength could be better, his physicals could be better, but technically, he's brilliant. So I'm not going to be replacing him. I will perhaps move the captain's armband on to N'Golo Kante or Eden Hazard. I'll take suggestions on who you think should have the captain's armband, and we will react accordingly. And if there are any changes to squad numbers you'd like to see me make, tell me now at the beginning of the season. I had a number of people complain in the comment section last year, kind of 3/4 of the way through the year, that squad numbers should be different. So obviously, in the eyes of realism, even though I try and avoid a super realistic series, changing squad numbers mid-season isn't really a thing. So we'll change the squad numbers now at the beginning of the year. So if there's a player you think should have a certain number, let me know that player and that certain number in the comment section, and I will change it accordingly. But we'll advance towards the game against Real Madrid. We may even have an offer or two in between now and then, but I'm not sure. Obviously, we have Willian, David Luiz, and Pedro transfer listed, but I'm not sure if anything's going to come in before this game against Real Madrid. Toby Alderweireld has gone to Paris Saint-Germain. That was one of the 3 deals on the breaking news tab. The other one being Cesc to Real Madrid, and as you can see there, Reece Nelson for 730 grand to Bayern Munich, a minimal one. Trevor Chalobah wants to play in this game. Not going to happen. Tammy Abraham wants to play. I can always bring him on off the bench. But Real Madrid are going to be a strong test. So obviously we're still playing. What's happened? Who's not available? Alexandro is on international duty. Not a problem. We will throw Luke Shaw in his place. Quite simple. Of course, it's the Copa America in between seasons 2 and seasons 3, I believe. So that's why he's not available playing for Brazil. But Real Madrid first. I'm not sure whether they'll start a strong side or not. We've played Real Madrid previously in pre-season, and they've played a mixed side. So I've no idea. I'm going to start my strongest 11 because why would I not? Jumping in then, still using the same sliders as last year. So just to reiterate, shot error down to 35 for the CPU, pass error down to 15, and we've also upped goalkeeper ability to 60. Run frequency, of the positioning for the run of their teammates is up to 65, 55 for the line width, 65 for fullback positioning, and 29 apparently. No, we'll change that to 30 for first touch control. Or first touch control error. So the CPU. Oh, of course, yes, I forgot Diego Costa we sold to Real Madrid in season number 1, in fact, and also. They've just recently signed Cesc Fabregas from me, haven't they, Real Madrid? So we'll see if either of them start here in this first friendly game. Like I say, drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and let's go and play Real Madrid. Right, who's going to play for Real Madrid then? Zidane is starting his son in goal. Diego Costa does start up top. No Cesc Fabregas in midfield, but they do have João Mario, obviously in real life at Inter Milan, but that is not a strong Real Madrid side at all. Rafael Guerreiro, actually, on the left-hand side of midfield, player that we're using at Dortmund, at left-back, interestingly, for the Dortmund series, and they've got Lucas Vazquez on the right-hand side of midfield, so a strong enough front three. But considering the strength of my team, I might be tempting fate here, considering my inability to play to my potential most of the time. But surely this should be a pretty straightforward first friendly, he says. Rafael Guerreiro to take the free kick, whipped in and headed away, only as far as Munoz. Out wide to Hakimi, into João Mario, across there to Lucas Vazquez, who skips away from the challenge of Aymeric Laporte, and Thibaut Courtois makes a good save. First chance of the game actually goes to Real Madrid. Guerreiro, oh, that's a nice turn. And he's done me again. I thought he was going to go on his left. He squared it across, and Real Madrid lead by a goal to nil after 10 minutes. I thought Rafael Guerreiro was going to cut inside on his left there. Instead, darts towards the byline, puts it back in with his right, and it's a simple finish. Diego Costa not worrying about not celebrating against the former team. So we're 1-0 down early on, but I haven't really had the chance to build any sort of possession yet. So I'm hoping won't be long before we're back in the game. Tackled there by Christensen, but strong enough to hold him off. Christensen intercepts, but Rafael Guerreiro picks up the loose ball. It's a good ball into João Mario. It's well blocked by Courtois, and Laporte just falls into the ball, trying not to divert it back into his own net. Going to go short with the corner here, Guerreiro. Lucas Vazquez just darts inside to the line again. Diego Costa holds off one challenge, but can't hold off Willian. And I'll quickly get it out Morata's feet. Hazard is on that far side, but seems rather reluctant to make the run until I tell him to. We've got possession and the chance for a counter-attack. Morata to Isco. Willian's arriving. Rafael Guerreiro's with him. This might be Willian's last game for the club. And with finishing like that, I'm pretty sure that I won't be sad to see the back of him. He did have a good second season, Willian, after a poor first. But that was not the Willian we're used to. Diego Costa into Munoz. Back to Marcos Llorente. That's a nice ball out to Rafael Guerreiro. It's a nice tackle by Ricardo Pereira. And we'll look to catch him on the counter. I've got Isco making a move there, and there aren't many defenders back here. Isco not the fastest, but can turn inside and will look for Morata, who I think just stayed onside. And with a stunning finish at the near post, drills us level in the 25th minute. That was a very, very good finish. Again, not necessarily worrying about celebrating against his former team either, similarly to Diego Costa. But that was a really nice finish. I thought I just timed the pass wrong, actually, and that he was off. And in fact, he may well have been off, looking at the second replay. But it's a really good slot, right into that near post. I do tend to go across goal, but going for the near post this time. And it worked, 1-1. Go, Morata making the moves again. Can we slot him in again? We have done. It's a nice turn. This time I will go across goal. It's a good save by Lucas Zidane in between the sticks. Not sure how well Lucas Zidane actually grows as a goalkeeper on FIFA. Perhaps you guys can shed some light on that for me. I don't know whether he kind of has the same level of potential as his dad, who obviously would have been kind of 90 rated, I would have thought, or around 90 rated if he were in his prime on FIFA these days. One of the best players of all time, Zinedine Zidane. But they go up the other end after his son makes a save in front of his fans. Thibaut Courtois doesn't have to make a save at the other end. Morata over the top for Willian. He had a woeful attempt earlier on. That's not the best of first touches. Trying to wait for the defender to come towards me so I can lay this back to a teammate, which I haven't been able to do. But Eden Hazard should be able to recover possession here against Munoz and has done well. Kroos is there. I'll look for him here from Kante into Morata. That's a great turn. This time we will go across goal, but he shot with his left. Why would you do that, my man? Put your right foot straight through it. That's 2-1 Chelsea. Luke Shaw, drill that in there to Morata. He's done well to get to it, but caught in possession. Isco will just drop the shoulder and then bend this into the top corner. Oh, bend it off the post is what he's done. Really good effort from the young Spaniard, but unfortunately not able to give me a 2-1 lead. Oh, it's a lovely turn by Diego Costa. Christensen gets a great block in to stop Madrid from taking the lead again. Marcos Llorente in there to Diego Costa. Holding me up well. Llorente with the ball back there to Nacho Fernandez. Drilled out wide here to Lucas Vazquez. Inside and out wide to Munoz, who's turning side well. Laporte gets a tackle in and Christensen gets the secondary block. And it will be a corner to Real Madrid. Could be a yellow card for someone in their back line though first. Oh no, it's Lucas Vazquez actually picking up the yellow card. Not entirely too sure what for, to be honest, but never mind. Corner to come in from himself. And it's a decent delivery and Diego Costa wins the header, but no power on it. It's a simple claim for Thibaut Courtois. Now, I've been thinking about it, and I'm actually considering this is actually going up at the weekend rather than in an ordinary 4 PM midday or midweek slot. This will be going live at 12 PM, so I should have time tomorrow afternoon / early evening to be able to record episode 2 and get your suggestions in before the slot on Monday. So I'm not actually going to have to record episode 2 ahead of time. I can take on board your suggestions right in the very next episode, but your suggestions will have to come in this one. And oh, Morata whiskers away from extending his goal scoring run at the beginning of the season. Not able to get a second there. Marcus Asensio coming on for them. Let's make a change of our own. Let's actually take Morata off, considering Tammy Abraham said he wanted to play. And let's bring on Charlie Musonda for Willian. That's not what I want to do. Bring on Charlie Musonda for Willian. Of course, Musonda's had a bit part role to play, and when Willian gets replaced by a truly world-class signing on the right-hand side, he will be resorting back to a bit part role, but maybe he can just change this game for us here in the remaining 35 minutes. Nice ball up to Diego Costa from Asensio. There's João Mario picking up the ball in the midfield. Kante just holding him off there. No foul given. Physical challenge, but did it legally. Tammy Abraham got Eden Hazard on the overlap. Actually cut back inside early and then go back down the line, which has sold the defender completely. But I've got another couple of defenders with me. N'Golo Kante's there. Get the turn in and the shot well blocked by Marcos Llorente. See if we can get ourselves a goal to go in front from the corner. Eden Hazard to take it. It's a decent delivery. There's 2 or 3 people underneath it, and that is a stunning header from Andreas Christensen to give us the 2-1 lead we were after. There was 4 people underneath that ball there. 3 Chelsea players and a Real Madrid defender, it seemed. Aymeric Laporte was right there too. But Andreas Christensen had the aerial prowess to get up above everyone else, spin that into the top corner. Let's have a look. Number 27 there. Yeah, 3 Chelsea players, including Isco. In fact, 5. There was 2 Real Madrid players underneath that. But a great header from Christensen. That is extremely well taken from the centre-back. Mentioned how good he is and kind of quality above the 84 overall that he actually has. Proving it just there as they make another change, bringing on Dani Carvajal at right back. But for now, we're in front. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo's come on as well. Even better. Missed that one, didn't I? João Mario gets caught, and that'll be a free kick. Right, they've got a lot of first-team players on the pitch now at Real Madrid as they look to get themselves an equaliser here. Asensio, could play that short there to Sergio Ramos of all people. Back to João Mario. Back out to Asensio on his left foot, which is his favoured one. Diego Costa with the turn. Luke Shaw with the block. It's going to drop back to Diego, who rattles the bar. And Ronaldo wins the header, but Laporte heads it away. Kante can't get there. Great first-time hit from João Mario, but straight at the keeper. That was a little bit frantic, but thankfully we're going to clear the ball. 15 minutes to go. We are in front, and you think, considering the quality of the other 2 teams in the group, that a win against Real here would see us almost certainly progress through to the knockout stages where the other Madrid side are playing against Juventus, and Paris Saint-Germain are also involved in that other group. Dani Carvajal with a strong shot that actually stings the palms there of Thibaut Courtois. He's not able to gather it up, but thankfully we will clear it away. Tammy Abraham there up against Marcos Llorente. He should have the pace to get away from here, and does so. We may even be in for a third here, and that would certainly, surely seal the game. Drill it into the box, deflected back to N'Golo Kante. What a block by Lineheart. Keeps it out. Eden Hazard with the cross. Underneath it's Tammy Abraham, maybe? No. Cleared away by Sergio Ramos. Short. Oh. Marcos Llorente. Good turn. Drilled out wide there to Lucas Vazquez. Hopped over it there. Man in the middle, Nacho Fernandez. Back into João Mario. Got a lot of white shirts forward here. João Mario and Nacho Fernandez again linking up. Good turn from the defender into De Tomas, who tries the fancy flick, and it doesn't work. Now, can I set... Oh, Charlie Musonda away. No is the answer, but we have been able to win it back. Tammy Abraham across here. Is he onside there? Isco was, but I didn't want to commit to the pass just in case. Sergio Ramos with me here, but it's a lovely turn from Hazard. We'll look for the worldie, but that was a poor effort in fairness. Needed a lot more height and whip on it than that, but only 3 minutes added on, and we are well into those 3 minutes now, and they're taking their time here, Real Madrid. No urgency, and hopefully, as the ball comes forward, the referee will blow his final whistle, which is exactly what has not happened. De Tomas and Dani Carvajal linking up down the left-hand side of their attack, but it's a good tackle from Ricardo Pereira, and now, surely, there is the final whistle. So that Andreas Christensen header, enough to see off Real Madrid. They brought on a number of first-team players there in that second half, but we were still good enough to get ourselves past them. Actually had a very good game, Real Madrid, but unfortunately for them, not able to get the win. Al Nassr beat Vissel Kobe. I don't know how to pronounce Vissel Kobe or Vissel Kobe or Vissel Kobe. I apologise. I don't even know what country they're from. But Tammy Abraham's pleased to have played in that game. We've got Al Nassr next. And as we mentioned, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus and Atletico Madrid in the other group. So, transfer offer for David Luiz. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Valued at 23... Wow. Valued at 23 million. They've offered me 29.7. I will accept that straight off the bat. At 32 years of age, I'm quite happy just to accept that deal and have David Luiz leave us. £30 million is about what I probably would have accepted anyway. Oh, wow. I'm surprised they went that high, actually. So that will take our transfer budget over the 200 million mark. And with Willian and Pedro still to spend, or still to sell, plus maybe someone like Kennedy too, we are going to have upwards of £250 million to spend in this transfer window. And as I mentioned... because this video is probably going to go up in the 12 PM slot on a Sunday rather than the 4 PM slot midweek, means I'm going to have the extra time to be able to record the next episode after you've seen this video rather than before you've seen this video. So I will take your suggestions in the comment section of this video into account for episode number 2. So hit me up down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on the rest of Season 3. And I'll see you tomorrow.